are still ahead of me. Running wild, running free. All too long, it's all so true. I'm always thinking of you. Take me back to yesterday while I was making my own way. Trouble came around the door, was fighting through the thick of it all. Then I found someone who got out of this mess and into you. You took me away to paradise, and then I heard someone say bye. My best days are still ahead of me. Running free. There's no whisper or a sound. Ahead now. All too long, the pain in me. Feeling down, falling free. All too long, it's all so true. I'm always thinking of you. Keep me safe from all the pain. I've tried to work it out some way. I don't wanna fight anymore. There's such a lot I got in store. I'm feeling bad for what I said. It just got stuck up in my head. But then you said something to me to forget it all, and I'm happy to be. My best days are still ahead of me. Running free. There's no whisper or a sound. Ahead now. All too long, the pain in me. Down, falling free. All too long, it's all so true. I'm always thinking of you.
Well, hi guys. It is here again. We're here tonight for Queensville tonight. Just joined. I'm just going to move my beast out the way. The beast is in the way at the moment. And I need to open some lights because it's a little bit dark in here today. Saying that, it is a bit overcast. Yes. You all know I'm not. I never get prepared for this page anymore. I used to be very organised. And today I'm not. This week I'm kind of not organised. So maybe that's better. I've got some light now. We're fine. Anyway, guys, good evening. Welcome to Queensville. It's Tuesday, and we're back with crazy things tonight and everything else to discuss, and everything with business and what happened yesterday. yeah. Talk about that later on. Yes. So Alex's version of My Best Days. The version that's coming out on the album of the year, which you all know, is this one here. I'll just be 2 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to go downstairs and talk to, you know what, Devon's out the room now for some reason. Yes, so, right. Shall we just start this again? Let's rewind back to the beginning and find out. It started at the very beginning. Let's tell everybody your story. I'm in a funny mood today. Yeah. Anyway, you know this is coming out soon. The more times we keep getting this thing, telling you, crazy. This album is coming out soon. We've actually been starting to do some of the tracks for the album, and it's sounding fucking awesome. This is not long to go. It's only another 2 weeks left, and this will be out soon. And I feel like I'm gonna have to run upstairs. But yes, 2 weeks to go and counting. Keep yourselves pre-orders, please, for that. Order it. You can pre-order it soon. We will give you an update about that later. And pre-orders will be coming in soon because we're getting them sorted out by. We're hoping to start on the 1st of May for pre-orders for this album. Because, guys, I'm telling you, we are seriously inundated with so much orders at the minute for this album. It is going nuts. So, yeah. So, if you want to pre-order the album, I'll give you the information on the next Queensville Live on Saturday. I'll give you an update about it on Saturday because it'll be really cool. Right, so good evening to Northern Metalhead. Good evening to Peter Heaton. He's given me some questions already, which is good. Let's get out of my stuff first. So let's do all my recent stuff. What's going on with stuff going on? Well, so far we are now working on the new reissues of our catalogue. And I really need to talk to Jade on the phone, but obviously not tonight. But we had an idea last night. We actually had a great idea to something that was really interesting. We had an idea to remix Secret Voice, and we're actually thinking about bringing it back out again, actually, to be a brand new version of it. And we are at the moment starting to do a reissue of the album, a remixed version of the album. The same artwork, the same track listing, but all remixed. So it'll be a Secret Voice Redux, or remix, or whatever we're going to call it anyway. But we think about remixing that whole album, the first album again, because we had a great time doing the first album. We want to remix it again to a better commercialized sound on it. And we're thinking about remixing Breakdown as well. So if anyway, it's a guy out there who's wanting to do the remix. You're getting the remix, I'm doing it. So we're doing a remix of the album. No, it's not remastered. It's going to be remixed. It's going to be a total new remix. New drums, new guitars. Basically sound more better than before. And it's not going to sound really good. So that'll be out probably this year. And because we're going back into the tracks again, and we're trying to remix the tracks more things on it. The only thing that will not be on that CD will be No One But You. We're not putting that on. No, we're not gonna do No One But You on that album. We're just gonna basically keep that off because people that just like it on YouTube, and we're not gonna reissue it. What's the point bringing that out again? It's not even necessary. So that's the plan for that. We are also now working on the bonus tracks for Dead Inside, which we don't know what to do yet with it. So we're still undecided what to do with the bonus tracks, but we'll sort it out later, which is fine. But apart from that, Dead Inside is sounding really good. It's nearly there now. It's cool. Okay. So, anyway, questions. Northern Metalhead, what is up? Fine. I'm fine. Any news on the songs WOE? What's WOE? No idea. Batteries are not included. How far they got on Face It Alone, and if we ever hear anything with Freddie in our lifetime. Also, thanks for the great work. What is any new on the songs? Whoa. Batteries not included. I have no idea what it's on about. How far they got on Face It Alone, and if we. Oh, right, so this is all one question that's kind of a bit mixed up. Well, how far they got on Face It Alone? Oh, right, this is better. News of the World Sessions, songs called Whoa. I do remember actually hearing about this song before. I think there was a demo kicking around of it somewhere. I think David R. Fuller had a little teaser version of the song. Might be something that they left off the outtakes of the album, which might have been the idea for it. So yeah, though, I don't know if that will be issued. I don't know if it was issued on the bonus CD of the News of the World box set. Whether that comes out as an unreleased song, I don't know. But I've never heard it before. But I have heard snippets of it somewhere, but the qualities were awful. Battery's not included. That's something that was a title that apparently Freddie had many years ago for some reason. How far did they get on Face It Alone? Face It Alone. You know, I always keep asking about that question. Why the hell was it not released? Well, like I say, it was Face It Alone was kind of the brainchild of Freddie's ideas for the stuff what they're going to use. They were going to issue it on the album, but because there was so many confusions going on with what track listing was happening with it, had to be a manager's decision for that. Will we ever hear anything with Freddie in our lifetime? Well, one thing that did crop around for a couple of years ago, if you remember from previous Queensvilles, we talked about the album Time, which had Freddie Mercury doing Time, and a couple of songs did on that album as well, which was amazing. I think the Time album is definitely needing a remaster now. It's definitely need to be out. It has been out for many years. But if you can dig it down on Discogs, on the vinyl version of it, it actually sounds pretty good. It sounds very, very good indeed. So the vinyl version of that is definitely recommended to get. The Time album is brilliant. And My Defense and things on it. Although I said before, I've got a rare version of an unheard version of Time, which is from the stage show when Freddie was performing it live. And it's not a video mix; it's something they've done on the track of it, which is kind of really bizarre because I've never ever heard that version before. And I've got that on here, but I'm all out to upload it on YouTube because I can't make it. But you know, it's I get blocked as well with thingies on it. So yeah, whether we'll hear anything from Freddie, I don't know. It depends on when we're getting these unreleased demos out from David Bowie, from Jonathan Jackson, like State of Shock, Victory, and there was more life than this, the original mix of it when it was done in America. And yeah, I tell you what was interesting. Here's something interesting. I never ever knew about this until I researched it out. I don't know whether this might be an occurrence to the Freddie Mercury Best Bad Guy album, but this is something that interested me a bit. Now, I listen to a lot of the 80s stuff. I like the 80s a lot, you know, stuff is what it is anyway. Listening to a song by Bobby Orlando, and apparently, and I think they did this, I think they must have nicked it or something. They've used that drum pattern on Let's Turn It On, which has come from a song by Bobby Orlando. Now apparently that drum pattern is the same exact drum pattern that you hear on Let's Turn It On. And I got a funny feeling that must have had permission from him to do it, because from my point of view, the drums in that were very identical to the song. Whether he heard it in the club one night and went, oh, well, I want to use this drum pattern for it and stuff, it would have worked out fine. But check that out. If you check out the song, I don't know what song it was off Bobby Orlando's song, but because Bobby Orlando was a genius of his stuff. I mean, his first ever song he wrote was Shaz Away, and the B-side of Shaz Away is the B-side of what they used for the drums on that one. What's interesting now is I researched that the other day and I'm thinking Freddie Mercury used that as his last thing to do, and it is the same drum as always. So check that out. It's interesting. That very interesting indeed. So tonight we're going to loads of questions, guys. Tonight, 2-hour session tonight till 8:30 until she goes out for you know what. Because she's been actually not too bad this week. She has got me a bit whacked out on my arms, and I need to rest in the bath tonight because my arms are bloody hurting like hell. They are really hurting like hell as well. So anyway, okay. So more questions. Did you hear about Notre Dame getting burnt down? I did. I heard about it. Yeah, what? Yeah, why are we paying for it? Like they didn't pay when York Minster got destroyed. I heard about this yesterday on Facebook, and it was crazy all over the world. And Mac just heard about it yesterday, and he said, "Jesus Christ, is on fire in France." Oh, first we had our fire in Sunderland, then we had this fire now in thingy. Knife crime had started here this year, which was a bad thing. Now it's cut down and got the police are on that now. My point of view, I think it's ridiculous. I mean, why we're paying for it? We shouldn't be paying for it. The guys who really should be interested is the guys. If they started the fire, they should be responsible for getting locked up and should be barred for life. That's my feeling about it anyway. And they should. So is the Secret Voice being remastered? No, it's being remixed. It's been a brand new, fresh version with Jade coming back. She's coming back Monday. I think she's coming back Monday. I don't know. I'll have to check on that actually. See what's happening with it. I'll get a chance to do. Getting into Immortal, it's a bad decision for them to get rid of Abath. It is. Immortal, great band. My point of view, Immortal is fantastic. Great. My throat is really killing me tonight. Oh, God. Oh, I just need to clear my throat a bit. Mark is watching, but Mark's messaging me live on Facebook instead, which is one thing. And I've got to take a phone Right, okay, sorry about that, guys. I have to take a phone call for Jade. I've just had some good news, guys. I've just spoke to Jade about the remix of Secret Voice. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do the whole lot again. We're gonna remix the album, and that will be coming out later this year, and that'll be really good indeed. And Thursday, we're actually going to come to work on Thursday, not on Tuesday, because obviously it's got Logan sort of. But Thursday definitely is going to be here. So next Thursday we'll be on track. So that's fine. So yes, so just let you know, guys, it's exclusive news. Spoke today. We're going to go ahead with the remix of Secret Voice. New drums, new guitars, everything. We're going to redo the whole lot, and that means that the original can get off, and we're going to remix the whole lot as well. That's absolutely fine. Right. So back to this now. Okay. I just want a question from Mark. Mark says. Watching your stream, mate, online now. What do you think about getting Jade's music pressed on vinyl? Could be a big money winner. Well, Mark gave me a great link today for a site called I think it's Sound Money or Sound Pressings or something. Vinyl. We were talking about this on Saturday with producing vinyl versions of our artists, and there's a great deal coming up apparently from this site that I've just seen. So if I get Digger's Factory, which is a pain in the ass. But this new one, he looked at yesterday. He said, check this out, and I did. And wow, I'm very impressed with the prices on it. It's called cutadub.com. And what they do is they custom make your own vinyls. Like you have 7-inch singles, 12-inch singles, album versions. And also, you can also have your own mastering on it. You can do your own mastering. You can present your own albums to it. So that's an idea what's coming up. And I think we're just kind of looking into. We had a great idea. We would like to press probably. We'd like to press probably Dead Inside, to be honest, because I think we should bring this out on vinyl as well. Because this would be a brilliant thing for it. He said it would make money, obviously. Yeah, it would make money. It would be fine. And I've also been looking into merchandise and stuff, all other stuff. But I'm thinking about it, actually. And it looks to be like a very impressive thing. So cheers, Mark, for that information. Really like it, mate. That will be something I'm going to look forward to anyway for this one. So let me chat up here. Where's up there for some reason? Right, go back to chat room now. Quasimodo did it. No, it didn't. The burning of it all stuff as well. We talked about Victory last time. The title was used for the Jackson's album, but not the lyrics. And yes, I've noticed the same drum loop in that song, in Let's Turn It On. Yes, it's right. You're absolutely right. Are you talking to us or on the phone because your mic's cut out? I was talking to Jade. So there you are. As you all know, for it as well. Also, Nicola Pierce has just sent me something very interesting through here, actually. I'm going to actually copy that. This is something that she's just found this article. It's terrible quality, but we'll show that on the stream in a minute, actually, which is something really interesting. So that will be really cool indeed. So thank you, Nicola, for that information. I'm getting messages everywhere now for some reason. Okay, so that's really good. So that's cool. Yeah. The only reason I thought of it is because you're waving your hand and looking at the camera. Yeah, I always do that. I always do that. You know, sort of thing. I was a dancer before, you know. I was a dancer before I came here. And Angry Penguin and you do not play Queen. You know. I got my Queen t-shirt on today, by the way, guys. It's not been washed. It's still alright. I thought I'd just put it on today. There's only a t-shirt I had over there and I went, it's probably on. But the weather's been actually not too bad the past couple of days. I went out for a lovely walk on Sunday with Devon, and I had a really nice time on Sunday. Went to Washington, went on a 2.5-hour walk, and I did wear my proper shoes this time. Came back, had a bath, and I was shattered by at least the rest of the day. Yesterday, Devon was in the bad books yesterday. She was just running around too much, and just my mum was trying to get the flooring sorted out. And it was just that night. It was just crazy stuff going on as well for me. I'll tell you guys in a minute what happened yesterday as well, which was really bizarre to me as well. Here she comes. Get in now. Bed. Now. Okay. Right, that's Devon sorted out now. She's relaxed. Every time she comes in, she's there. Okay. So, there's no one there. Just relax. Okay. So let me talk about yesterday. Something happened yesterday on Messenger. Now, this has got nothing to do with anything on YouTube, nothing to do with the subscribers that I've subscribed to. Someone messaged me yesterday, and first of all, I have got just one thing to say, that that the person who messaged me yesterday, I really think it was too far. I'll just quickly say that the person who messaged me yesterday, she was blocked because I didn't like the way that they say things that is not true. And I am innocent in all this, by the way. So I just had to put a statement out there on the page this morning on Facebook, and it also said that I've been really, was pretty upset yesterday because I was hurt from what was said. And apparently there's been some false legalizations been happening against me as well, which apparently is untrue. So I don't know who's doing that. I've checked Facebook. I've made sure no one's duplicating my account, which is good, and it's all fine. So apart from what I understand, if she contacts me again and decides that I'm doing something wrong, well, I'm sorry, love, but that's not me. So that's goodbye. So that's fine. So I hate that. I absolutely hate that when people do that. I really hate it. Got nothing to do with you guys. It's just the fact that someone messaged me yesterday and I was not happy about it. So, and if you add me on the Queensville page and add me as a friend, that's totally fine. But when you send me messages about certain things that don't apply to me, that's disgusting, and I don't do things like that. So I'm not a person who does that anyway. Anyway, moving on from that. Let's have a look. I'm pretty busy here for moments. I'm sorry if I'm your absence today. It's fine. It's fine. Is there a possibility of anybody sharing a decent version of Face It Alone, not the David R. Fuller leak? Gaming Head has got all the demos. He said, "I have a decent version of Face It Alone. It's on my self-made demo collection. Please ask Tez for more information." I have got that version on my drive, and I can give it to you, Peter, if you want it. I have a brilliant copy of it by Gaming Head. It's a great version of it, very clear, and not this crappy sound on it. Shit. Got a great collection of demos on that, which is really good. So it's really good. Why on earth would someone want to make anybody upset? We're all Queen fans. Ultimately, they are our band. Nothing. It's something to do with Queensville. It's a personal thing that happened to me yesterday, which I am not. I am innocent. I'm innocent of it. So as I say, it's nothing to do with me. Why somebody would message about that? It's like, please. No, you don't spread things like that. You don't do that. So that's fine. But yeah, it's because I get hurt a lot from people who say things and it's not true. Just let it get away, sort of thing. Why do you think My Best Days is all about that side of it? Everybody thinks it's a good song to hear, but when you listen to the lyrics, it's kind of, always think of someone who's very positive, and positive is what I like. Don't like negatives. Don't let the bastards grind you down. Exactly. That's it. You move on, you're positive, you work your hardest work, you do your productions, you sell things to the public, you do things very well. You do some stuff. And language is fine by me, I don't care. YouTube will just, they don't mind, to be honest. I remember a guy on here, from years ago. There's a guy who was called Michael, and he had a YouTube channel, and he would be going off it he went live on Google Plus, like Google Hangouts. I don't know why people use Google Hangouts now. What's the point of that? Use OBS, it's better broadcast. Saying that though, if you only use it for business side of it, use it for business. From my point of view, I don't like Google Hangouts at all. That's why the first few streams on Google Hangouts were absolutely dreadful. It was just a shit. Well, it was a whole platform. You couldn't even do anything on it. It was just like you couldn't show things on like OBS does. So it's that. So yeah, bless the pooch. She's alright. She's fine. She's here for a few more months. She'll be here for a few more. No, I don't know how long she's here for. Probably, I think she's here for 2 months. Then she's going back home after that. My sister's going to pick her up next few weeks. Right, let's show you this thing. Nicholas sent this thing from Facebook today. This is interesting. I've never seen this before. But this is a thing that she just had to show me today, and it says, Freddie is, well, he's my best friend. He's very good for me. You know, I don't like meeting new people, but when I'm with Freddie, I stop being shy. It's amazing how he works on me. Sometimes he's the only one person who understands me. He's my voice, you know, John Deacon. Now, I don't know whether that's come from paper or an article, but it sounds to me like that is an interesting piece of information. I've never, ever seen this before. So I don't know whether it's come out of a magazine or whether the fact it's just been come out of a website. I don't know. Or maybe the fact that they're doing something that's trying to get him back. You know, the band. Maybe. It's an interesting thing, isn't it? But that's an interesting article, that. Interesting. Never seen it before. But it's just kind of thinking it's... I think it's a bit bizarre, isn't it, for what it is. Yeah. Really weird. Let's go to live chat. Alright guys, if you've got any more questions, guys, so I don't want to keep sitting here all day all the night time. If there's no questions, please bring me questions. Nicola, I think Nicola's watching. I think Mark's watching as well. Which is one thing. Queen's Day updates. Do Queen's Day update? Yeah, Queen's Day update. We are, me and Gaming Head are still discussing about the Queen's Day event. We're planning it earlier. We're not going to do it late. Getting a day when we're free. I think we're going to do it on the weekend. The weekend's going to be better for us. I'm planning to do a shoot with Mark, as he wants to do his Queen collection, and that's going to be in May. That's just before. That's the week before Dead Inside comes out, or 4 weeks before Dead Inside comes out. So we are planning a weekend on the 11th of May, or it's the 4th of May. I can't remember what date it is, but in May, I'm going to see. Mark, because we're going to go and do a shoot over there. We're going to film his Queen collection, and we're going to do that as well. Peter, I took your email address, mate, so I'll send you Face It Alone. I have got a great copy of it. I'll keep your email address on my notepad, which I've got in the corner of my screen. So that's cool. But I'll send you the thing. Is also the song that the young guy sang with learning disabilities was awesome. Nathan, yeah, that's Vein in Pain. Yes, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed with that track. I can't believe that was a really thing. We'd actually loaded it to SoundCloud today. We updated our SoundCloud as well because we updated our soundtrack. We wanted to put some songs on SoundCloud as well because we need things. But Nathan's really good. Honestly, he pulled it off. He's partly deaf because he's of a disability. But when he came here and sang that, I think I just really just had a moment. I went, "Oh my god, that sounds really good." And everybody likes it for some reason as well, and that's how you give it a really good thing of it. It was very moving to hear. It was. He really deserved to get the house. But by the time we actually put it out, JoJo, who's releasing Dead Inside, she told me, she said, it's an amazing song. I says, I couldn't stop crying to it. And it's very, very, very moving noise. It kind of is a really good songwriter, actually. And he's bringing another album out there next year as well, which we're looking forward to doing something a bit different, though. We did this one just as off the cuff, but the second one we're bringing out, he wants to do things more slower, but not too slow, but in like the same rotation as what it is before. So that's cool. You got any questions, by the way, of anything coming up, productions, anything? Please talk to me about it. If you want to know what I've just recently got on the Queen collection, my new Freddie Mercury little Lego man's there. And it's just really cool. Yeah, that's a new thing I've just got up there where JoJo and Nathan is at the top. There they are at the top there, and that's really cool. So I had a great weekend. Saturday was a bit weird, but we got there in the end anyway from it. JoJo's not here today. I think JoJo's just having a break today. Or she's been out all day. I think she has been to Newcastle today. That's cool. To be honest, it made me feel like anyone can achieve anything. Well, that was the whole idea for this label, was to really give people a chance to get their voice heard. And it wasn't just like mishmash put together. It was basically based on how much creativity you have. In fact, down here, I'll show you something that I do with everybody. Is we have these meetings that we do, and we have an ideas board, and all these ideas come from everybody. And I mean, everybody who started doing the projects. At the end of the stuff we did, this is exactly what we do. There's a lot of creativity involved, but a lot of planning involved. It's not like you just start a label up and go, right, we'll do this, do this, do this. No, it's not like that. You've got to plan everything absolutely spot on. We've got a new guy, Jordan, coming on board soon, and his song is amazing. We want to cut waiting around as well. We're trying to cut that song, but I haven't had time to get in touch with him yet. But he's been to the meeting on Friday, and Friday's meeting was superb. Very impressed with everybody. Absolutely spot on. When will the remix of Secret Voice be out? I don't know yet. I haven't got a clue. And just until we can get some time with Jade. Next Thursday she's coming back. Can't come next Monday, she's off. So next Thursday, definitely going to be here next Thursday. Gives her all the time to sort of really uni stuff at last, which is cool. Hey Tez, what a nightmare day today it's been. Oh god. My laptop buggered. Oh, you kidding? Which I need for important documents, and my mobile all smashed up. Need to save up this summer for a new phone and get my laptop fixed. Planet Mixer. If you want to save your money on laptop, I can help with you actually with that. You've added me on Facebook, haven't you? Right. Planet Mixer, if you need help with laptop, I can fix it. But Peter's actually just giving you a bit of an important thing as well. Inbox each other on Facebook, and talk to them about it. But as long as it's local, it's one thing. And we'll see how it works out as well from it. We'll see how it goes. I normally hold a party for my birthday every May. My mum told me we had to cancel it as she's worried about the house this year. We're having trouble with ants and scratch wallpaper. Oh God, ants! Oh, ants! We've never had. Oh yeah, we did have ants outside our house. One was on the hot summertime we had when poor Devon wasn't able to. Poor Devon couldn't cool it down a lot for what it was worth, but it's not bad. That's all right. But yeah, you can get if you talk to Peter anyway. Peter's our new guy. He only subscribed to us a few days ago, and once you guys know that I'm live, press the bell. You know that I'm live on here as well from this. We're going to play some music in a few minutes anyway. We're going to play some new stuff today. I've also been working on JoJo's second album as well, which is sounding really good. We went back into doing Prairie Dance this week as well for Dead Inside. And that version sounds much better. Much better. It's hard to say what's the matter. All the pixels have gone. It's now just a white blank screen with black liquid on there now. Oh, that's what happens. Oh. Well, if you need to get, because the hard drive will be fine. It's just if it's a screen, you can use the Windows 10 hard drive in a new laptop, which in fact Peter might be able to do a good deal for you, which would be good. I live too high up for ants. I can see Anfield from my lounge. Good, cool. Looking forward to the new stuff. Yeah. It'll be there's going to be a lot of new things happening this year. We've got a lot more productions sorted out. We've got 2 albums secured for JoJo. We may have 3 albums actually, because we have a project that we still have sitting in here for over a year, and we haven't had anybody come back to us. And we were going to offer an album to Ellie, but Ellie's just disappeared now. She's gone. We just haven't got the time to work with her. But it was only a one-off track we did with it when we released it. But what we're planning to do right now is the next couple of days, we're going to start working on our laptops. We're also working on websites. We're getting a brand new website. Our website's getting redone because we had a problem with the version on the mobile phones, and they couldn't see the text on it. And we had a complaint from somebody saying the text is too white. So we changed the text on it. I started editing that part, and that'll be launched this week. Merchandise campaign won't be launched yet because we haven't got any merchandise at the minute. But it's looking forward to getting that up and doing as well from it. If you guys are interested, we're telling you on Saturday that we have got these. We are just get rid of all this. Oh yeah, I'll tell you about the other thing happened as well. We are if you're interested, my friend Mac, my guitarist, he's designing all of these skins now for the screensavers for our mobile phones, and you can purchase this through the website for £1, and you'll get a link to download it off Google Play or something. But £1 for that is what you need. You get the ringtone included on that as well, because I'm not going to charge for the ringtone, but you get the ringtone included as well for Dead Inside. And my point of view, it's just really cool. If everybody's heard the ringtone yet, I'll play the ringtone actually, because I have got it on my phone. I'll play the ringtone. It's goes like this. 2 seconds. Get it right now. Honestly, doing this side. That's it. This is the ring. This is the. Let me just put my media. This is the ringtone that you do get with the with this, by the way. So that's the ringtone you get with the skin of the skin of JoJo's album. If you actually play it, here's an idea. Analyze that. I'll just lock that screen. Sounds really good. So that'll be included with the skin for that as well, for that. And I played it to her, but she loved it. She absolutely loved it. That is also on the album as well. That version's on the album because we put a hidden track inside the album, which we knew what to do, which was really good. 8-bit audio, love it. Thank you, mate. I had some signed Queen stuff, but Freddie's signature looks different every single time. That skin looks cool, very Crow influence. It's based on, the artwork is based on her own creation of a clown makeup. And my point of view, this had to go on the album without the eyes showing. It would be thinking. It does look very similar to the Brian May thing. To that. It kind of does really, right? I still love this t-shirt a lot. I'm glad actually this thing got dyed as well, because you wouldn't believe it was actually so grey before, but this was dyed a couple of days ago, and it's still black, which is good. Could do with another dye though. I think two dyes will be enough for it to do, which is fine. I get sorted in the summer. I like to keep a list of videos. A track of videos, games that I own on the Notepad app as well. I've been playing The Room 3 again. Probably mentioned this on Saturday, but I've nearly finished it. It's too short. But I'm going to get The Room Mode Sins. I'm going to get that downloaded next, and I'm going to play The Room Mode Sins. I did play it once, but I didn't finish it. But I will play it again because I do want to complete that one this time. Now you pointed out, I know. See, that's where it comes from. It's pretty unusual because the artwork is kind of black. with her name on it. But we didn't actually put her. We didn't want to put JoJo on it. We want it had to be standard out as her artist name. So, but just for people who know her by nickname, that's how we call her JoJo, because she's just JoJo. That's what she is. So you just call her that, and it's just like a great short name. Doesn't need to be long. Because she's always keep saying to me, "Why does it have to be that name? I have to say it." It's like, who's her? That's not me. It's like, yeah, but for your artist name, it's got to be approached as that. So, gotta just keep everything simple. Nicknames won't work for albums. That's what it is. Though we have got a great album coming up from Jade. Comes out soon. Restitched. Is artwork is fucking awesome. The restitched artwork is similar to this. And there is actually restitched ones as well. And I'm telling you, restitched sounds nearly finished. I can't wait until we finish it. And we could be getting that finished on Thursday actually now, because we could be getting it done. But we're looking forward to being a hell of a fucking two good albums coming out this year, guys. You've got to get them. If you like the sort of the heavy stuff, like the Queensville influences and a little bit of that, you like a bit of rock and a little bit of good stuff like Hailstorm. Listen to Restitch when it comes out. I'm telling you, it's a hell of an album to get. It's going to be the most brilliant album we've ever produced this year. I haven't produced it because I took a step back from the project. I decided, because my name was always keep coming up all the time, I didn't want to do this one. I wanted Jade and Mac to work together on this, and they did work together so well. And I just didn't want anything to do with it. I just thought, why don't I just let Jade and Thingy do it? I'll just take a step back and I'll just promote the bloody thing. So that's why I'm credited as executive producer on it. I'm just kind of just taking a step back from it. And I'm letting them just get on with it and let them do. Which they have been working their arses off for all the past year. I mean, Jade's worked their bloody arse off this year. Even also the project that we just got coming out soon. Also, I'm not actually credited. The Gothic Songbook 2 and 3. I'm taking a step back off that as well, because I think Jade should really come put her 2 pence in at that. And I'm producing the Dead Inside one, and I'm producing the next one with JoJo on it as well. And I'm producing the Release Me one. And in Metallica tribute album, we talked about that as well. It could be an EP. It can't be an album. It's an EP we're bringing out of just 5 tracks we're going to bring out. But she's got to choose the 5 tracks that she'd like to do. But with new arrangements on it, new things on it. And obviously people were telling me, and you're not going to get copyright issue. It should be okay, because Metallica is a big company in America. They've got lawyers and they've got other things going on. And I don't want to really sort of release something if it's singing them. But actually, saying it from the UK's point of view, they have brought out tribute albums, like crappy ones in the past. They got away with it. So I'm really thinking of just doing that. I'd like to bring out, and she wants to do it. She's definitely for it. She says, I'm going to bring out a Metallica tribute one. Whether she wants to do anything else matters. It might not happen. There has been requests for her to do that one, but I don't think it'll be possible to do it. It's just very hard to sing it, to be honest with you. But Metallica's issues, we will sort out payment from Metallica's point of view. We'll send them some money over there to them, and we'll say, here, there's 100 quid for you. Put in your bank account and just keep it, give something to them anyway. We still have to sort it out. You can't do it legally, obviously, but you've got to do it. You just got to sort it out from America's point of view. But that shouldn't be a problem. That should be okay. As long as backing recorders don't decide to get on my arse and go, oh, you should not release this and give us some money for it. I was like, here's some money for you. Take it. Well, anyway, but that's something that we're working on anyway, which is kind of working out really well. But we're going to work on a good concept album for that as well, which is really cool. So 5 tracks is going to produce. She's going to produce it as well with me. She's going to have a lot of training as well next this year, and that's going to be looking fabulous. So yes. And with the Dead Inside album, by the way, you're not just getting the album. You're going to get you're also going to get the new reissue of Volume 2's Making of Dead Inside. Because we haven't actually had a chance to bring it out, and we haven't had many orders in yet for the previous albums. So we've decided, as a generosity for everybody, when you get your £5, you're paying that for the CD. You'll pay for the free newsletter, the biography of her, and if we could, there's a way you can do it on this. If we can try and do a package deal, limited editions, signed copies, we'll get this for free, absolutely free of charge. And I think you can do it on the disc. This is the way you can do it on the disc, obviously. From it, you'll get the free artwork on the disc as well, for the ringtone artwork on the disc. We're going to find a way how to do it though. It's just very difficult, but we'll find it anyway. So that's cool. Very fancy, very fencer for me. That was very confident thing. Awesome. Don't know what you mean. Very. Don't tell me. Very fella. You know. Very fella's masterstroke. One of the most really good songs. That very fast paced as well. One of those very popular songs actually. With Freddie playing harpsichord and that. It's interesting. It's very good. But guys, I'm glad they didn't do piano on that song as well. I mean, we've just done Prairie Dance. We did like that as a kind of a Queen-esque thing on it, which is cool. Did anyone ever? You know, I'm much a lover of I am to PlayStation 10, but fans are jizzing in the pants. The PlayStation 5 console will not be PS4 compatible. Oh right. What if it was fully compatible from 1 to 4? Well, and I think there's a reason why for that. Because of the new CD protection thing they're bringing out. There's a new CD protection coming out now, which is a ridiculous thing they're bringing out. They're starting to put a copy protection on this chip, the new chip that just brought out. It's just because it's a new chip and they don't want to really force anybody to open it up and illegally put wires in and stuff. So what they're planning to do is they're putting this new copyright protection on for this. They're putting a harder encryption service on it now. Ridiculous thing they're putting out. We had the Macrovision one, which has still got to go. It's still got to do it this day. Obviously, people couldn't obviously copyrighting their information for it. And saying that, I mean, the 4 is compatible 1 to 3 using emulation by digital download. Yes, you can get emulators now. I've seen them. Yes, I remember. I got a torrent quite a while back with every single PlayStation 1 game, and you played the whole lot of the games. And I thought it was really fantastic. Whoever did that was great. But emulators, I think emulators are brilliant. Just get all the games included. It's like, wow, amazing. I also like the Specky games as well. I miss the Specky games a lot. I wish I could play them back again. I'll tell you what I'd love to play is Agent X. Was it Agent X? I'd love to play that game again. I never completed it. Love to do that. I also like that the game Rockford. I played that so many times. I never completed it though, but but watching it on YouTube today nights. I love the music. The music was so brilliant. And I really would love to redo that music, because that music would be brilliant to do with a new like gothic version. Because I had a funny feeling. I thought, if that music's never going to get used, why don't we use it for a rock song and stuff? So that is something I would love to do. I'd love to do that. I always love Rockford's music. Rockford's was really a good game. Love it so much. Here's something new, Tess. You probably don't like Calling All Girls, but did you notice that Queen worked very hard making it a soundtrack song to one of George Lucas films? Forgot the name. Yes. TX1158, I think it was. THX1158. It was that was the first. I think George Lucas. It was based on robots and everything else and stuff. It was a fantastic movie when it came out. But THX1158 is a really good film. It's brilliant. I think it's one of George Lucas's most incredible ingenious things when you look at it. It's just fabulous when you watch it. I like George Lucas stuff now. I like this previous stuff better than this one. I mean, apart from the fact he came in to do the trilogy of the first 3 films from Indiana Jones. I was actually watching a very good documentary about the making of the 4th one, which is a crystal skull. And I don't like it. I really don't like it. Everybody keeps saying the third one's the best one. I was like, the third one is the best one. It's brilliant. The first one and the third one. The fourth one was just bizarre. It was weird. Why would they put like Nazis in it and stuff? It's like, why would they want to do that for? When you're thinking of, it's supposed to be a story for it is, but you know. But one thing was, at least he was eager enough to come and do it, and had so much training for it, which was one thing he did. But my point of view, it was just loads of crap. I think it was rubbish. It wasn't good. I was not impressed with it. I know that Brian done the music for the Rise of the Robots game, and obviously the Eye, bridging the gap between the TV show. Rise of the Robots. Remember that game? And the Eye. Don't start me on the Eye. Talk to Gaming Head about that. He has got the game. Question from Mark coming up. He says, have you heard back from Don't Tell the Bride? Yes, I have heard back from them. I've heard back from Channel 4, and I forgot to tell you guys what happened. I had an email back from them on Sunday. Some positive things are coming up from it, which is one thing I will say. I might be entitled to compensation back from Channel 4's production company, not the TV program, not the channel, TV channel. But they're looking into it still, and if it is confirmed that I am owed money back, then they owe me money for it, because they should owe me money back from that. If not, I'm going to get in touch with them again, and I want to see if I'm still liable to get my copyright back from it, because that's my song. But it's that thing on it and stuff. Also, what decent pitch control turntable would you recommend? The one I recommend definitely is Newmark. The Newmark ones are brilliant. The Newmark DJ turntables, I know they are really, really big, but they are fucking awesome. Yeah, Newmark is a great green. I've seen all these Newmarks on YouTube, and they do recommend it. It's Audio Technica. Audio Technica as well is a good make, but Newmark is really a hell of a good one. They're only like £90 online. They're really cheap to buy, and the £90 for the pitch ones. The pitch control is really good indeed on it. Sound quality is amazing on those as well. Newmark for definite, and I also recommend to get the Technics as well. But definitely go for Newmark. Newmark's a good make, very good make indeed. So yeah, Mark's watching tonight. He's a contract in the chat, so I don't know if he's logged in, if he's account or not. Purple Mixer Gangsters is ace. This bloody mix that went on. They remixed Roger Taylor's new song and mixed it in with 1940s comic retro sound effect. It sounds a lot better. What about bloody time? Because the version it brought out was bloody shit. But it's better than the original Roger version of it. Good. About time and all. And they should have done that before. I mean, when people go back to listening to the Happiness album, the remix of Nazis is really good. Schindler's Mix is really good. I still think the video version of Nazis is really strong, but Roger's had his say about it. I didn't like when he did. I didn't like that one when he redid Dear Mr. Murdoch. To be honest with you, he only rewrote the lyrics to it. It just didn't sound right for it. It's just shit. 1984 got a 12-inch signed. Oh, nice, nice one, good. It's a good song. It's got a bit of a real rocky feel to that song actually. If you hear the very beginning of it, it's got boom boom. It's real rocky. Took the idea from that original drum pattern as well. And it's the first time that Roger does not play live drums on that track. If you noticed, it's electronic. It's very cleverly electronically programmed in to do it that way, and I think it's well worth for what it is anyway. The rest of the album he plays on it. I mean, the Touch the Sky song, I love Touch the Sky. I love the way. And the thing what he did in that drums version of it, he did a reverb on the song where he made it more like sounded like sky, kind of like clouds and everything. And the drums on that sound very, very, way too, like you can't hear the drums very well when he does his hi-hat at the end. It just doesn't sound like it's like that room basically. I think he wanted that outspoken feel that way, obviously, to like fly in the air and stuff as well. He should have re-released that as a video, because that would have been a smashing hit to get out. Touch the Sky should have been released. It should have been. But why the EMI had to prick around with them and say, no, you got release this one. Then you bring up Foreign Sand, and then you go to America and go, oh, we'll go now. Let's just go to America and do Foreign Sand with this guy. And then after that, I'll go back in the studio and work on like Freedom Train. And, you know, Freedom Train is still brilliant. Freedom Train is fantastic. Freedom Train is really... That's the first time that you hear Roger playing with his hands on the drums, not sticks. Because he actually double-tracked all the drums in it on the stuff as well, and using an actual train on it as well. It's bloody fantastic. I think that's a really good achievement from him as well. Plays all the drums by his hands. It's really, really clever. Old Friends was a track for me, and on Electric Fire. Electric Fire is such a brilliant album. Electric Fire is his best one he ever did. Did Freddie ever sang New Dark Ages? New Dark Ages was for the Cross's last album with Mark Wallace producing it, because Roger didn't want to produce it because he said he had enough producing. He wanted to leave it over to his thing. And that's kind of just a bit alright with it, really. There was supposed to be an existing version of New Dark Ages that he did sing on it as a demo, but I don't know if it's on the Cross version of it as well, which is kind of bizarre. And I wish they had brought out Heartland as well on the I wish they brought out that Heartland song on the New Ages one, the last album. But it's a shame that they never released it. Well, you released it on the single, but New Ages, that song Heartland would have worked really well on the album. But they said no, gotta take it out. I think they use it on a bonus Japanese release of it though. I think that's what they did with that. How awesome if Face It Alone was the B-side to Innuendo track if it was finished. Yes, everybody's keep asking me about Face It Alone should have been the B-side. I know, it's never out though. It's a shame about that. Wasn't it Blue Rock? Yes, it was Blue Rock. The last one was Blue Rock, but obviously, and they recorded it at. It was recorded at Peter Gabriel's studio, Real World, in the countryside. Because Peter Gabriel hates the city. He likes to record in the countryside where he gets inspiration for songs. And as I understand, the Real World studio is one of the most beautiful studios, relaxing studios you've ever been in. It's got loads of trees in the studio, there's loads of woodland in it, and it looks really amazing. I've actually seen a making of documentary of his album Soul that he did with Daniel Leone, and was very impressed with that. Very impressed with it. Very good. Mark sent me a message. He said, have you heard the new Taylor Hawkins and Brian May song? I haven't heard that yet. I will get a chance to hear it soon, because I have heard the release came out on Radio 2, and Radio 2 is becoming to be a bit of a favourite for mine for some reason. We are actually thinking about sending a CD to Radio 2, to be honest, to see if we're just going to bloody have Radio play somewhere else in it. Because if Radio 2 plays our stuff, we'll be happy with it. If they don't, well, so do, never mind. Because we're just getting sick of waiting around from Spock FM, and they're just being assholes. They're just being wankers to us. It's not going to bother us. And no one's there at the minute as well. I enjoyed Mad Band Dangerous to Know. Mad Band Dangerous to Know is another good album as well. But the only thing, right, this is the thing, right, listen very carefully, right. Listen to this. Peter, listen to this very carefully. If you've got the vinyl, if you've got the original vinyl version of Mad Band Dangerous to Know, you'll realise that there is a track that was obsolete from that album version, the vinyl version of it, which was Foxy Lady. Foxy Lady only appeared as a bonus track on the CD version. Now, when we reviewed the album many years ago, the vinyl edition, it can actually get Foxy Lady on there. But why the hell did we put the grooves at the very end of the record? That's a joke. That's EMI's fault. That's the reason why Fox Lady was not issued on the album. It can be issued now though on it, because you can get so many grooves on a vinyl record anyway. So if they ever get a chance to get that out again, which they did put in the lot, then put on a fucking vinyl version of it. I only have the CD version of it. More day on. Try Radio City 967. I've never heard of Radio City 967. I'll search for them now actually. I'll copy that. Let's put it in Google. Is it a local station? Is it? Oh, your. It's actually from Liverpool. Yeah. Oh, because you live in Liverpool, don't you? Yeah. The only thing about Radio City is it's networked with everything. I mean, and I'm saying this from a point of view, it's owned by Ball Media. Ball Media's not allowed to play our stuff because they apparently are total arseholes. And I've had this issue with them before, and I don't trust Ball Media. Ball Media can go and kiss my ass because they're just dickheads, absolute idiots. They are arseholes. And it doesn't even. And all I want to play is just this. We have to play stuff that has to be R&B orientated and chart orientated. We can't play any of this stuff. We can't play rock stuff. We're not allowed to. That's why I get really pissed off with them all the time. So Ball Media can go to hell. So I'm not interested with them. Problem is, if you're not in the celebrity eye no more, you don't care about your appearances. I totally agree with that. Actually, I will totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. I'm not a celebrity, but when I'm getting noticed in the street, they're all going, "All right." I was like, "Yeah, this is." Because I think that they've been seeing my Queensville's on here and they're realising, it's him from Queensville. It's like, yeah. It's like you're cool. So if I was keep watching me, they always keep thinking, "I know you." It's like you do YouTube, don't you? Says, "Yeah, of course I do. You've been for many years, 10 years now, 10 years and counting, going strong." Being cool. Anyway, we need. Mark sent me a great message. He said we need a Brian May full solo album. The new song New Horizons. What are your thoughts on that track? New Horizons. I didn't like it because it does not sound like to me like a Brian May thing at all. For this Brian May solo album, they've abandoned it now. They've abandoned the project. Brian hasn't got the time. He said he promised to do the album, and he hasn't done it yet. But Mark, here's something you probably don't know about. Did you know that Brian May was on a song from a band that has just released their song from a metal band? And I didn't know about that. No one knew about it because apparently that was done before the movie was produced. I didn't have a clue. So, yeah. So you didn't know that, Mark, did you? To me, the song sounds a bit like Pink Floyd. It does. It's not Brian. That's not Brian. I don't know whether saying that. I talked about last time the Rockade Armina thing. That's come back up again. Apparently, Rockade Armina is getting a reboot this year with new artists, so new rock artists and stuff. And it's supposed to be getting redone again for it. I mean, fair enough. It's been done as a great thing for it and stuff. It's just kind of what do you call it stuff. Oh my God, I'm glad you didn't like it. I hate it. I really didn't like it. It was only made for NASA. Should be out there with an album. No, but it's not for me. Go back to the bloody Another World album instead and do the rock stuff, please, Brian. Come on, we need some bloody rock stuff from you, mate. We haven't had any rock stuff from 1998 was Another World. Then we had 1993 was the worst album, was the worst solo album you made, which is a terrible, messed up Battle of the Light album. It's not Brian's best work, that, to be honest. It's not. It doesn't sound like it's a fully fledged album. It's just been done in pieces and mixed very badly. Some good songs in it. I mean, fair enough. It's just all outtakes from many years and stuff. Cyborg is my favourite. Cyborg's one of his best. See, I love Another World better than that album. By the way, it's not an album I like. It's just, I think it's just too. I think what Mark was saying before, it's kind of a little bit too much, more Queenish to it. It's just bizarre. It's just songs that have been written prior to Queen days and just slap it on and all stuff be remixed for just on the studios on the fly. But using outtakes from '88 and then we rehashing them with new parts in it. What? And it's like he's. Here's a funny story. Nothing against Queen fans. I'm just telling you something really funny. I bet you guys just didn't know this. As you all know, the original song 39 that came out from the Space Age and stuff, and then Let Your Heart Really Head came out as a remix of it. Right, this is the most bizarre story that I've ever realised. Right, and this probably you guys never know this at all. This is so weird. When the Bad News Project was just finished, Brian had a song left off from the Bad News Project, and Let Your Heart Ruin Your Head was written at the time in the studio. And I think Brian was laughing too much on the song, and you can tell from the way when he goes out. It's so funny. He's playing his guitar and he's smiling on the song. Smiling on the song, and he's thinking about like I think he's been. You can hear him laughing on the song because he thinks everybody. It's just like, oh please. It's like Brian, you've gone absolutely. It's funny. I think Pete Swear, who was his engineer at the time, I think he was just taking the piss, to be honest. Do you love the song Love Me Like There's No Tomorrow? It's my favourite Freddie solo song. I do. I love the live take. I like the live take on that box set. That box set is still the best one they've ever brought out. Do you know? It sounds like a follow to It's a Hard Life song. It does, in a way. It does replicate that sort of that mishmash kind of Queenish idea for it. Works well for the song. The arrangement's pretty good. Bad Toe Like My Swords from the back of Freddie's death. Bad taste, in my opinion. If you listen about it carefully. By the way, my solo collection is up there. Just in case you guys know, it is behind me. It is up there. Actually, in Clip Fest was lightning in this room. It's not lightning much better. But yeah, my solo collection is still there. Paid 93 quid for that thing. I got a great bargain for that as well. Only one disc though damaged, which I still haven't replaced yet. Yeah, I just think about if you read it very carefully in the notes that he wrote about like this is not a compilation album. It is basically all my material that had been left over the years, but I wanted to patch it up and make it more better. But the only song that was recorded in Alton Hill was That of the Light. That's it. The rest was done in Montreux, Germany. 2 songs came off an album from Cozy Powell. Then Brian goes back in. Then Brian decides that Drums Are Back just came out. Then Brian, his own unbeknownst wisdom, he takes the track back to his Alton studio and just records his own vocal parts in it, and he just keeps the guitar parts in it as it is. But he puts this new weird thing on the beginning of it, and then he says, "Oh, I'll just put my vocals on it instead, and I'll just sing the vocals. I won't do anything to the track. I'll just do it that way and make a new ending for it." And it's like, what's the point of that? That song, that nothing but blue is awful. The Nothing But Blue is just not a good song at all. It's like Lost Opportunity. No one likes Lost Opportunity. That should have been on Bat of the Light, to be honest. That song, it should have been. It should never be on the Queen album. It should never been. It should have been on another planet of its stuff as well. Glad I'm not Roger Taylor's coffee maker. What does 3.7 sugars on the bloopers take? I was just watching that actually today about that. Were you happy Africa by Night got turned into All God's People? I love the backing track to All God's People. It's one of Queen's best sound effects songs. All God's People was not originally written for innuendo. It was actually written for the album of Freddie's solo album. But Mike Moran had a track left over, and Freddie had a track left over from Innuendo, the Barcelona sessions, and by chance he just said, "Oh," and he rings Mike Moran. I think Mike Moran was there at the time, and he just said the song that we left off was all kinds of people which we want to use, and we could use it. Yeah, we can use it, no problem. So he just said, "Well, let's use it that way and use it on there." But the thing about Innuendo is it's not. It's an album that Innuendo, in my opinion, it is not completely, and it's not an album that I think is wow. I think it's just. I feel like Innuendo was never properly track listed. That's my opinion. Especially with Bijou. That's alright, but I should have gone on Innuendo. I should have gone on the Barcelona album. Let's get some water, guys. We'll be back in a minute. I'm really liking these questions tonight, guys. I love these questions so much. Thank you for coming in, guys. This has been a good stream tonight. We'll be here for another hour. Should we go for another hour? Yeah, we'll go for another hour. Have a little quiz with you guys as well. So, let me get my legs up. Peter's got some great questions tonight. I'm glad he's here, actually, because I only talked to him once, and now all the questions are coming in, guys. We're really impressed with that. Mama Paradise was an awesome song. I felt it was rushed, but it did have this amazing light and dark shades to it. Well, let's have a chat about that, the Mr. Bad Guy album. From my point of view, it's not one of. It's just a not a good successful album, to be honest. It's all right with songs that he wrote with Mac and everything, but. Mama Paradise for me is nothing to do at all with Freddie. It's just to do with his shouting ability on the song. And the demo's better. The original, I think, could have been more polished up a bit, much better. I think there should have been. Fair enough, they're using Paul Prenter as the guitarist, the German guitarist in there. But yeah, Mama Paradise, it's got a great section at the very end of the song where it's got all this operatic stuff in it. But for the main song itself, it's kind of, it was rushed. It was like Freddie was just doing it too really fast. There's a lot of edits in that song, actually. There's a lot of edits in that. There's 2 edits in that song that do not make any sense at all. Especially the part where the drums decide to just like fill it when the fill-ins come in, 2 fill-ins. And obviously Roger's on the album. He's on the album, so I mean, you know, but he's not on Let's Turn It On. But he's on he's on the song actually he's on 2 songs. He's on oh, I can't remember what it is now. He's on Mama Paradise. He's on oh, what the hell's the other song he's on? He's on one of the songs. He's on a couple of songs. Fooling Around, I don't like Fooling Around. I think that's just completely. Innuendo was an attempt at clinging to life. I think it's not cohesive, but it's if it was tinted a bit better, it could have been huge. It could have been. It went #1. It went sold all over the bloody world, but Innuendo's kind of just like probably. Well, all right, well, okay. I'll say this from my point of view. I think that the songs that I liked so much on that album is the first track, the second track, which Peter Stryker co-wrote, obviously, which is like Going Slightly Mad. I Can't Live With You and Headlong and The Show Must Go On. The others I really couldn't give a toss for. like Rather Whirlwind was actually a Roger Taylor song, and that was left off one album. But the rest of the album is kind of, and putting Delilah on should never have been done in the first place. Delilah should never have been bloody on there. Should have been off. Judy thinks a Karen Carpenter could make Karen Carpenter could make a great version of Queen's "Spread Your Wings." Would you agree? Do you know what? To be very honest with you, I really, really love the Carpenters. I love them so much. I love them. I had a compilation of theirs on vinyl, and this is no lie at all. I had a massive vinyl collection in 1996. I had a huge collection, and I got an album from the Carpenters, the singles, and it was a Segway album. It was just completely mixed all the way through. One of the songs that I love so much to this day is Yesterday Once More. That is one of the most amazing songs they ever wrote, and it's just perfect to sing. And my friend Judith, I met her quite a few years ago. She sang that actually in this very, very room. And I wish I had still got that, because that audition was brilliant when she sang it. And I was impressed. She had what an amazing voice she has. But I love Yesterday Once More. And I mean, I've been watching, it's the Penguin stuff that's coming up soon. We're supposed to be having Worst Bands Part 2 on it. Oh my God, I've been searching on YouTube again. Jesus Christ. Oh, this time it's not the generation you've just looked at. This time it's the younger generation. We're looking at female singers who can't sing. But saying for Spread Your Wings though, if we did a new arrangement of Spread Your Wings in this very studio, with Mac doing the guitars, well, it would work. Coil Documents of Anthony Terracraft is a brilliant song. I love that song so much. I love the very beginning of it. I love all the interactive wave things on it, the radio and everything else. We've got a song coming out from Jade called Not Just You. I'm planning to actually get that shot very soon indeed. What a great idea for a fantastic video. All black and white. Even the song number 9, we're trying to film that as well. And I think JoJo's going to film it for us, because she's amazing at the camera. She's very good at it. So we've got a lot of things planned for this year. It's going to be so amazing. It's got video shoots that we'll be fucking laughing. We're fan for it. But I mean, yeah, I mean, because Julie, because apparently Mark was saying something about Julie can sing apparently, and she's an amazing singer. And I'd love to, I would have loved to have found somebody who would join us, because we're still looking for someone obviously at the moment. Karen Carpenter was really amazing. She had a smile that was gorgeous, and it was a shame that I was born in '85. It's a shame that her anorexia got to her a lot. She didn't eat a lot, lost a lot of weight, collapsed on stage. She did a solo album that to this day you can't get anymore. You can go on Discogs, but it's expensive. But many years ago I had a download of that album, and that is Phil Ramone, who produced it. He is such a lovely guy. The lovely guy he is. Never met him before, but when a lovely producer, really a fantastic guy. He actually is the guy who did Body Rock with Maria Vidal, and he did Paul McCartney's Once Upon a Long Ago, and he did the last ever George Michael album. We read about him actually. George Michael, about how he died, which is a shame. Here's a good question. This is all coming from Facebook, by the way, so I can't see the chat on there. Mark says, are ABBA as good as the Carpenters? And Julie wants to know if you've seen the films Mamma Mia and Grease in 1978. What a good question. What a good question. Right. Okay, this is getting good now. We're getting all this music stuff tonight. ABBA versus Carpenters. Carpenters were the first who came out with amazing productions, and writing with Burt Bacharach was an amazing job. Expensive, but well worth it. Now, I'm not a fan of ABBA. No, I don't. No, I don't. I just have this bad notion that ABBA. ABBA is. It's very difficult to describe ABBA, to be honest. If you talk from the greatest hit, the early greatest hits, I'm not talking about like the ones that you know. The early greatest hits from the days at Epic Days, those are the days. ABBA, Waterloo was really the breakthrough they had with that song. And everybody to this day, you go to parties, they want you to play that song so badly because it's a good sing-along song. But it's very difficult to describe ABBA. ABBA's very clever. I know that Stig Anderson, the manager, who passed away, he was just very wanting to get something out from Sweden. And then you get Benny and Bjorn doing the doing all the songs and stuff, productions as well with it. They had some great. They had a brilliant engineer called Michael Tretlow who did all of the engineering, all their albums, all their mastering. What a fabulous guy he is. I do like some of their songs, but I'm not a fan of them. I still to this day got the ABBA Best Of, the original ABBA Best Of, like that multi-selling one they brought out, ABBA Gold, and I kept it because I thought it was really clever how their productions worked very well from it. One of the songs that I really remember from my days, if Mark is watching this back, by the way, Mark, here's something you have to try and track down, which is interesting. On Discogs.com, I don't know if any of you remember this from past years ago. This is from 1984, right? Now Kellogg's Rice Krispies in the UK in 1984, they produced 5 7-inch singles in their packets, and you would collect tokens and you would get your free vinyl copy of what you would get. And Kellogg's did this thing called Snap, Crackle and Pop Hits of the 80s, and it was an amazing thing. And you would get 5 discs of each one. And these were, and then this is absolutely in no order: Shakin' Stevens, Fiction Factory, Barbara Dickson, ABBA, and these were like A-sides and B-sides. Paul Young, and who else was on it? There's another artist on it as well. Can't figure out. Well, anyway, it was split between 2 songs, and CBS paid. Well, I think Kellogg's paid CBS the rights to use their songs and stuff, but CBS backed it up. But if you track them down, I'm telling you, that is what you really call nostalgia stuff, because they were great. And the last one they ever released was Fiction Factory, and it feels like heaven. I was like, wow. So that's something you can track down yourself. 7 singles of Snap, Crackle and Pop. I'll give you the link to Discogs later. But ABBA was on that as well. ABBA, that's it, ABBA. And I Had a Dream was on the B-side of one of the songs. And that version was amazing. It was all full as well. 7 single, full. Sound quality was really great on that. So, and I think they had just done it on a Sunday when CBS was going crazy in the UK, thinking, oh, release it this way and stuff as well. And they their marketing campaign went really well indeed for that. They just said, oh, well, we can all use that and stuff. It's cool. It's good. I've got a couple of questions here. Would Let Me In Your Heart Again worked on Made in Heaven with Love Kills the ballad version of it? No. No, it wouldn't. Discard, yeah. Discard is probably track 13, yeah. Everybody for some reason doesn't like Let Me In Your Heart Again. Because it's just a rework. It's not a new Queen idea. I prefer Erasure to ABBA. Now, other than that, that's the thing I do respect is Erasure. Because they had balls to do stuff. Now, crap. 80s stuff, brilliant. Up to the last album they did in the 90s, the best album they did was called, what the hell was it called again? Chorus. Bloody fucking good album that is. Good album. I do like my 80s a lot. I do like my good old 80s. Erasure, I love Erasure a bit. Love the early stuff though. I think the early stuff's brilliant. Especially the song Marching Down the Line. I love it to bits, that song. You gotta admit, yeah, and 13 are shite for any Queen fans. Takes me a while to listen to, yeah, and all the lyrics to yeah. Well, it's just an idea that they just wanted to do. And that was it. Made in Heaven was flashed up, and Dave Richards, rest in peace, did a great job. Yeah, but yeah, another guy we miss as well, Dave Richards. He sold Mountain Studios because he didn't want any more business to do with Queen anymore. So, brilliant guy though, really good guy. Last ever thing he filmed for Queen was the Days of Our Lives documentary. Do watch that. The poor man was breaking down. He thought you can hear it in his voice that he obviously understood when he talked about the last thing he did, Mother Love. It was hard because he broke down. He realised that was very serious. He talked to Volume Vinyls Test. Do you collect the vinyl singles as also? I do have a few singles in my box, but I can't be asked to get them out because they're all underneath here. One of these days, what I'm going to do is live. I'm going to bring the crates up here, and I'm going to show you what I've got in the vinyl collection on the camera. I mean, I'd like to go for it again, but I'm telling you, it's a bit too repetitive. Too repetitive. But singles, I have got singles. There's a couple of things I've got, but they're not very good condition at the minute. Of course, the album artwork was great. I'd love to. You know what I really would like to do? I'd like to do an album like that. I'd like to do an album with someone. Which I mean, I'm actually in talks at the minute with a guy called John who sent me a demo today of Time of the Down. And I love his voice. Oh, wow. And I really would like to work with that guy because he's interesting. Don't know where he's from though. But he contacted me on musicians and bands. Did a great demo of this song called Time of the Down. I can't play it live because you're not allowed to do that. But it's on SoundCloud. And it is really good. I'll send it to Mark as well. Because I think you like that. Interesting work with that guy. It's very unusual how Devin was actually asleep. Saying though, she's been running around a bit today in the garden today, so I think she deserves a break today. Get back to her normal self and she'll be fine. She'll be alright. She's got to go out soon anyway. Did you ever play Castlevania, Tez? I did. Do you know what? Castlevania was brilliant. That's all I'm going to say. Great game. Anyway, the game is a game of the PS1 called Symphony of a Great Night. That costs £250. It's brilliant. Castlevania's great. I love it. Good. Quick question from Peter. This is good. As a producer, what is the sound you look for? Interesting question. Well, I listen to a radio station called hardradio.com, and I have heard that station for many years now, and I still to this day love it so much. Bring Back Magic 1152, that was fantastic, that station. I listen for AOR music, Frontiers Records. The label is brilliant. I listen to Issa. I listen to a lot of AOR music. It gets me a lot. A work of art. I listen to Talisman, Jessica Soto, Queen. I look for if something gets to me a bit. I look for a in my mind. I think of a melody. If I hear something on the radio when I go out for a walk with Debs, I hear something in my brain and I'm thinking, oh, there's a melody coming in my head, and I'm thinking, that's it, I've got it. I listen to a load of AOR music. It just really makes you feel better. Like I listened to Revolution Saints' new album. I've heard the new album from Warlock's new album, the JoJo album. I heard the new what the hell was it called? Slash and the Conspirators album. I get a lot of influences from. I just listen to a lot of stuff that gets to me. But if anything comes up that kind of goes for a ballad or kind of like a rock feel or an 80s feel, I do a lot of research. I research into a load of companies. I research into a load of companies that are not going anymore. Music that's dead and never released. And you look for something in the catalogue to see if it's available. Now, it's very interesting how someone just said to that what to look for. Well, there's a song apparently that I'm working on at the minute with JoJo called Back to You. Now, she's never heard it before, but I think she heard bits of it. But I've been working on this song for quite a while. And I wanted to have that 80s kind of feel to it with a bit of a rock feel to it. So I wouldn't have gone for the original version, which was all just synths and stuff. And I went, no, we can't replicate the original. We've got to do it better. So I started putting rock guitar in it, started doing synths on it, and I started doing real drums in it as well. And I keep playing it back and thinking, that sounds really good, that. And I said, right, and it's going on a second album. And I'm hoping we can get it out. If we can get it out on YouTube, we'll put my band with it. And that would be great for us because we'll go, sorted. So that's what I look for. I look for a lot of influences from various bands, from various sounds. I think probably the biggest one I look for is looking at how the bass parts work and how the actual guitar parts work as well. But I technically do like the way that they do things very well. Queen got us through my childhood. I'm liking Frank Turner at the minute. Nice. If you were to pick a producer that you idolise, who would you pick? And why? I love Rick Rubin and the Cash Collection. Who idolises me to be good? Well, I have to say one guy that I do respect, and this is probably going to be a guy you don't even know. The guy that's actually there's two people who I do like actually. There's a guy called Daniel. Can't remember his name now. Oh, I had him on Facebook as well. There's a guy from a band called Find Me called Daniel. I can't remember his name, but that guy's fantastic. I also like Alessandro Del Vecchio as well. I love that guy to bits. He is fabulous. Now, how the hell you guys don't know these people? Listen to the albums from Revolution Saints and listen to the albums from Edge of Forever. They did a cover song of What a Feeling by Irene Cara. That version, honestly, is so brilliant. Very impressed with that. But as the two people I do like, and I can't remember his name. I'll try and find out who that guy's name is. Daniel somebody. Daniel someone. Because he produced the album for Issa. Can't remember his name, but he's there anyway. But he is great. He got me a lot of influences from what he did anyway from it. It's cool. But I do like those. And from my point of view, I like also using where influences from various bands come from. But Peter, here's an idea. If you listen to all the stuff I've just done this past year ago, listen to Burn. That came apparently. That's come from a wet, and also Eclipse as well, and another guy, Eric Martinson as well. Oh, he is a superb guy. He is, and I tell you what, right? I really love Eric Martinson so much. He is just up there being a fabulous producer. He is just so brilliant. But yeah, it's they are really good guys. I don't care about these UK producers. I don't care about them. I mean, fair enough, yeah, Roy Thomas Baker's still doing his bits for what he does now. I don't care about the darkness. I don't care about Dan and his friends. I don't care about that band. That to me is just taking the piss out of Queen. It doesn't work. Although what I did do, here's something interesting that I really did actually. I was watching the video he did called Great Whale. Was it Great Whale he did? The video he did with the dart player thing, the Phil Taylor, good guitar player. Jason Hawkins did a song called "This Town Ain't Big Enough for the Both of Us" as a solo record. Probably one of the best covers he's ever done, actually. What I did was I actually spelled the video. I spelled the video on it. I didn't want to, yeah, because I was to slow the video down, obviously, because it was going to be like just movements and stuff as well. I wasn't too fast. Sped the video up, and I wanted to find out what they did in real time. And I saw the real time video, and I was thinking, is that what they did? Just rushed it too fast. I was like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I was watching that. Here's something else. I was watching. I probably might have mentioned this before. Has anybody ever seen this program called Katie's Amazing Machines? It's, to be honest with you, it's brilliant. It's a shame the show's not going anymore, though. But it's a shame about that because she's doing her driving thing, obviously, for what she's doing. But I started watching this program, and Dan Hawkins' Darkness thing. They were hired to do the music for the show. Let me be honest with you, I think they absolutely suck arse. They just take the piss out of Queen. I don't like them. They're shite. Absolute shite. So I don't bother them. I don't listen to them anymore. They say shit. Aren't they, Devon? Yes, she agrees with me on that. Music is music to me is escapism. Just for like it was for Freddie. Out of the Queen producers, including solo work. Who do you write? I have to say, Queen producer Mac, for definite, because his engineering skills were heavy as shit. Bloody fantastic guy he is. I actually just heard the band, the Shazam, and the song that Mac produced called the Dream Machine song, whatever it's called. God, I can't still get over that song at all. It's absolutely brilliant. It's just like it's been done live in the studio. It's just been recorded that way. But an amazing, great singer. Like I write something like that, would be really good indeed. I'm a big fan of Gorillaz, as I enjoy Dave Album's approach to electronic music. Yeah, I never knew anything about that band. I never knew that it was Damien Albarn from Blur who did that band. I never knew that he did that band. I ain't a fan of them. From my point of view, right, they don't want to be known on stage. I think it's because Damien doesn't like being on stage a lot. He doesn't like the outcome of being on stage. Yes, maybe it was a ruse, a rouse from Radio 1, because Radio 1 were kind of picking on him too much. I think the way that came around was it was the media's attention, because it was Radio 1 who started all that palaver going on with that stupid thing that happened. And when we had that period, Radio 1 struggled bloody hard to try and see what was happening with the music situation and what was going on with the shit like that was going on in the world. And I really detested everything that happened from Radio 1's point of view. Radio 1 just sucked arse. Radio 1 ruined everything. They ruined everything. Nothing these days is done by Radio 1. Radio 1's not Radio 1 anymore. Radio 1 is not the station that I really like. I hate it. Radio 2, on the other hand, is fine. But they're playing old stuff, new stuff, old stuff, new stuff. Well, that doesn't really work. But they have a broad range of music side of stuff. What they're doing is doing it well. And Chris Evans is now back on Virgin, which is one thing. But I don't. For me, and this is the thing that I've always said. I hate the music. UK music scene can just go to hell. Not the rock scene. I'm talking about the crap stuff that I've heard. All this shit. I can't understand what people do that for. I've heard so much rubbish. I've been going, every time you keep hearing it in Greg's, you go to Greg's, you know, you go in the shops and you hear stuff in the shops and you just think, oh, they hit things. God, honestly, I had, my brain was seriously just thinking, what is this stuff? Who's the guy singing and what's the deal with it? I don't even know these people. You're singing just nothing. You're singing depressive stuff that you want to make sure you're feeling happy because you want to be good. Shut up. You know what you want to do is you want to kick their asses and go, fuck you. So that's why Radio 1 just messed everything up. They think they've got the right to do what they want to do. They don't. It's even when I was talking about Planet Rock as well. Planet Rock, in my point of view, can stick with their arse. Don't like Planet Rock. Hate it. Hate the station. Because Bold Media bought them out. And I don't like Bold Media. And that's why Bold Media can go and suck my arse as well. I wouldn't give a shit about Bold Media. Right, moving on from that anyway. I've got a couple more minutes before I leave. I'm going to get on for another 10 minutes and then we'll end this live stream. Let's have a look. They are very much in the mindset of Pink Floyd, the wall separating the band from the crowd. I've seen footage of Roger Waters spitting on a fan. Yes. I bought and used the Wood box set, and the reason I pre-ordered it was All Dead, and then it was played in the Chris Evans show the week before the release. Yes. Oh, bloody time and all. Really like the way when radio stations do good jobs. Virgin, apparently, when it was relaunched back onto radio, they've gone back to the old ways, and I'm glad they have. I'm very glad they have. I'm glad that Virgin went back to being a rock station and being a shitty bastard crap station. From my point of view, Virgin Radio can just do the best job in the world. These are the radio stations I couldn't give a shit for. Like, just piss off. Because although Francis invested money back into it, he's going to think, oh yeah, well let's just relaunch it back and get back to what it was originally. That's what it should be many years ago. None of this rubbish stuff. Blech. Crap. Even like playing the oldie stuff is fine, but too much overplayed stuff really for what it's worth, I think, in my opinion. So yeah. I still haven't got the news of the box set. I've got the download of the film though. From my point of view, it's cool. It's cool. Okay, more questions, or are we done? I've really enjoyed the stream tonight, guys. I really have. I've really enjoyed it tonight. So thank you very much to Mark. Thank you to Nicola. Thank you very much to Planet Mixer. Thank you very much to Peter. And thank you very much for Northern Metalhead tuning in for a bit before he just disappeared. Gaming Heads will be here tonight. Gaming Heads have work to do, obviously, for what he's doing with it. So I'll close down the chat room now, guys. Just going to give you a quick update. She's woke up now. We're going to be doing this Saturday. We're going to give you some news about this there's going to be a special. There's going to be a special stream on Saturday to tell you what's happening on this album. Not I'm saying the production side of it. I'm talking about the selling of it. Because I have we've got a special campaign coming up that we'd like you all like you to get all involved with, and we're announcing it on Saturday. I have to talk to her first about it. I want to make sure it goes ahead by herself, and then if it does, then we'll be fine with it. But we're going to launch a campaign on Saturday. That's going to be amazing for everybody to get in touch with us, because we are just getting the amount of unindictments I'm getting through for this bloody album to be out is just fucking crazy. So this Saturday, I'm definitely going to sit down with you guys. I'm going to tell you how we're going to work it out on Saturday. Tune in at 4 o'clock on Saturday for a live stream of this, because this is going to be amazing what we're going to do. And we will then finally sort all this out, because we're just getting on the date with so many people asking about it. But it'll be done. It'll be done, I do promise, guys. I do, guys. But a special stream on Saturday. We'll be live on Saturday. We'll sort something out on Saturday as well with it. We'll see what we can do. But we will let you know that this will happen on Saturday. We're not going to tell you more about it, but I'll just let you know that it's in the process. But I'll let you guys waver it till Saturday when you see us anyway. Okay, that is it from me, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. I've really enjoyed the stream tonight. Next stream is live on Saturday. You know what to do. Bye-bye.